Hi guys, and welcome back to Riley's on the Road.
We were in Ventura, California for 2 nights, in Monterey for a week.
Let's check out what happened.
We drove up the California coast to get to Ventura, California, where we were staying on Navy base Fort Hueneme for 3 days.
Saturday, we went to Channel Islands National Park. We stopped to grab our tickets, then boarded the ferry. It took about an hour to go across the Santa Barbara Channel to get to Santa Cruz Island. Along the way, it was so pretty, and we thought we saw dolphins, but upon closer inspection, they may have been sea lions. When we got there, the light was shining through the water brilliantly so you could see all the seaweed, and very far down. We got a quick briefing about the island, then went to a ranger-led hike up to a ridge overlooking the island and ocean, learning some cool facts about the island along the way. When it was over, we had a nice picnic lunch, then hiked a bit further to look at more of the park. We saw lots of wildlife while there, many birds and a couple of island foxes. We had learned quite a bit about the foxes during the hike, like how only 6 of the 8 Channel Islands have these foxes, and they are found nowhere else on Earth. Each island's population is recognized as a unique subspecies, and they are all about the size of a house cat. They are not very afraid of humans, so one we saw was pretty close, and they are just adorable. On the way out, we got junior ranger badges, then got back on the boat. The ride was almost like a whale-watching boat, which was amazing. The captain spotted 2 whales, so we followed them for a while. Everyone enjoyed seeing their tails and spouts. It was also during the sunset, so it was beautiful. And when we docked, it was dark, so we could see the pretty Christmas lights the ship was decorated with.
We continued traveling up the coast to Monterey, California, where we stayed for a week. The campground was right on the beach, so we walked over there a few times that week. The first night, we caught a beautiful sunset.
Later that night, we went to a local church's Christmas production of Streets of Bethlehem. They had actors showing the Christmas story. It was so cool. The next day, Mom and Gemma made scones. Then we went to the beach to enjoy the sand, waves, birds, and sunset.
We went on a drive through Pebble Beach Golf Course. The coastline was beautiful, and we stopped to soak it in. We even saw a few otters in the water. We continued on to see the famous Lone Cypress tree and snap a few pictures before heading to the golf course visitor center. Then we walked down to the shoreline in Stillwater Cove.
Afterward, we went to Old Fisherman's Wharf for dinner. We walked all the way down to see the shops, and when we got to the end, we saw otters. We counted 3, and they were the cutest little guys. It was so fun to watch them go down and come up. There were also harbor seals under a nearby pier. They were sitting on a ledge, and it was hilarious hearing them and watching them bob up and down, seeing if they could get up. Then we got some delicious clam chowder bread bowls.
The biggest reason for stopping in Monterey was to visit Pinnacles National Park. We drove about an hour to spend the day, but had no idea what to expect. We decided to go on a hike to Bear Gulch Cave, when little did we know that we were about to enter a magical fairyland. The moss-covered rocks against the pinkish mountain walls was a beautiful contrast. The moss was so soft, It felt like I could just lay down and sleep right there. Then we got to the caves, which were amazing. We got to crawl through these cool quote-unquote caves that were made by rocks falling and covering the canyon top. After we got through the caves, we walked by a reservoir, then hiked back. It was such a beautiful yet unexpected hike. Most of the park looks nothing like that trail, but it was such a gem. We saw some endangered California condors, which the park is known for.
The day before we left, there was a big windstorm that knocked out power throughout the city. There were tons of downed trees and branches. We're very glad that we had our generator, which we had to run that night, and that we didn't have to travel through the storm.
Fairways RV Port Hueneme was a super convenient stop to stay at to visit the Channel Islands. I am so grateful to have access to military base RV parks, especially in metropolitan areas. Though it is free to enter the Channel Islands, it is definitely a pretty penny just to get there. We really lucked out to get quite a whale watching trip as well. Marina Dunes RV Park is part of the Thousand Trails membership with just a slight upcharge for location. You really can't get any closer to the beach. And what a windy experience it was. Always an adventure.
The national parks were so pretty.
See you next time on Riley's on the Road. Bye!